All right, let's talk specifically about the situation when a equals 4, okay? Because this turns out to be a little bit different than when a equals 2 or 3 or 5. And the reason is 2 can only be 1 times 2, right? 3 can only be 1 times 3, and 5 can only be 1 times 5. Those are the only possibilities for like the numbers that multiply. Whereas 4, it can be 1 times 4, but it can also be 2 times 2, right? So when we're factoring something with a 4x squared out in front, something like this, right? Like we have 4x squared plus a number times x plus a number. It can be, like kind of as we've been doing all along, 4x and a number and x, right? Like this could get me 4x times x would be 4x squared. But the other possibility is that I end up in this situation where it's actually 2x being multiplied by 2x. Okay, so let me just show you a quick example, and then it's just a matter of like, there's just more situations to try, right? So here's my example. 4x squared plus 16x plus 15. Okay, so now if I go to just try this as I do, right, I'll say, okay, this one is going to be this times this, right? So let's just go ahead and start with 4x and x. But remember, right, this could be 4x times x, but it could also be 2x times 2x. So here, right, I'm used to listing possibilities over here. But in the case of 4x, I do need to be aware that there's other possibilities on this end too. Okay, so let's start with 15. So let's say I do, let's start with 3 and 5, right? And so I do 3 and 5. And I go like this, and I see, okay, that would be 4x times 5, that's 20x, plus 3x, does that equal 16? No. Okay, so that doesn't work. So let's switch the 5 and the 3. 4x times 3, that's 12x, plus 5x. Ooh, that equals 17. Oh, so close, but not 16. Okay, so it turns out 5 and 3 doesn't work here. And then if I try 1 and 15, right, 4 times 15, that's 60x plus 1x, that's definitely not 16. If I put the 15 here and the 1 over here, 4 times 1x, that's 4x plus 15x. No, so look, I actually tried all the possibilities with 4x and x, and none of them got me that 16. So now I'm going to realize, oh, you know what? This didn't work. I tried all the possibilities. So now I'm going to come back and say, well, maybe this isn't 4x and x. Maybe it's 2x and 2x. And then I can go ahead and do 3 and 5. Okay, let's try it. 2x times 5, 10x, 3 times 2x, 6x. And you know what? There it is. That's 16, and this is my answer. Okay, so you can go ahead and do 4x and x and try that one first. If I'm being honest, it's actually a little bit more efficient to try the 2x and 2x first. The reason is this, look, when I tried 3 and 5, there was never a reason that I was going to need to switch it, right? Like if I had switched it, I would still have been multiplying 2x times 5 and 2x times 3 and adding them. So it's actually, when you see a 4x, trying the 2x is more efficient because it doesn't require you to switch, right? Like if I had tried 3 and 5 and it hadn't worked, I would have tried 15 and 1, and then I would have been like, oh, okay, well, those don't work, and then I could have tried the other possibilities. All right, so just be careful when your a is 4. Sometimes it's still going to be that 4x and x, but sometimes it's going to be 2x and 2x.